How's it going, guys? Andrew here. Welcome back to another episode of Print Pros. Are you ready to take your vinyl skills to the next level? Then stay tuned because I'm going to be using 6 layers of heat transfer vinyl to create a stunning Thanksgiving themed apron. I'll show you how to set up your designs in your vinyl cutting software and show you a few helpful tips to help you maximize your efficiency and get the best results possible for your project. But before I do, make sure to subscribe to our channel and smash that like button to stay up to date with our latest videos. Now, let's get started. Let's start by taking a look at the materials we'll be using. For this project, we'll need 6 pieces of Easy Weed heat transfer vinyl, a Teflon sheet, a weeding tool, the RCP 6301 25-inch vinyl cutter, and the Ricoma Auto Open 16x20 flat heat press. Or you can simply use the Iconics 4-in-1 multifunction heat press that comes with the purchase of the premium vinyl cutter bundle. So now I'm going to go on my computer and open up my SignMaster CUT+ARMS software that comes included with your vinyl cutter. To learn more about both vinyl cutter bundle options and to learn what they include, be sure to click the card above or the link in the description below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select New Document. And I'm going to select letterhead. I'm going to do a 15x15 so that my design will fit in the box. And I'm going to go to File, Import. And I have all my layers right here. So the first layer is dark brown, and we're gonna import as rendered image. I'm gonna hit accept, and I'm gonna put inside my box here. Now, since the design is already selected and I don't have to resize, I'm gonna go directly into the apple, select Create Cut Contour. Where it says images detected, do you wish to include their auto trace contours? Select yes. You will go over to the composite tab and you want to make sure right over here that keep holes is selected. Now I'm going to select trace, and now the software is tracing the design to see where it cuts. All right, and now it should start outlining. All right, once that is done, we just select apply and then hit accept. So now our design is traced, and what we'll do is we'll go over to the cutter. Over here, since this is heat transfer vinyl, we want to make sure that the design is mirrored so that when we lay it on our apron, it'll press exactly, like it'll press the correct way. Instead of mirrored, it'll be backwards. And then what we'll do is we'll select area test so that when we load our vinyl, it'll show the exact cut where the vinyl will cut out. So let's send area test, yes. And then once that's done and that's all selected, we'll just hit cut now and it'll cut out the vinyl. Now I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process for each layer. So new document, same thing. We're going to go to import. So now the second layer is orange, so we're going to select orange. Same thing, import as rendered image. We're going to select accept. Put in the box here, and same thing, since this is already selected, we're going to go to the apple, create cut contour. Same thing, images detected, do you wish to include the auto trace contours? Yes, and we'll do this for every layer. So composite tab, trace, make sure the holes are kept. All right, same thing, now we're going to hit apply. Accept, and same thing, we're going to go to the cutter, select the mirror option, make sure that it's checked, select area test, send area test, select yes,
And then once it sends out the area test and everything is good, we'll select cut now and we'll cut out our second layer. And we will do this with the remaining layers. So remember now, this is the last layer that goes on top. So this is layer number 6. And just some quick helpful tips. When you're layering heat transfer vinyl, you want to make sure that you don't expose it to too much heat. So for example, the first layer will be for a couple of seconds. Then the second layer will be maybe, let's say first layer will be probably 5 seconds. The second layer will be 3, third layer will be 3, fourth, fifth, and so on. And the reason why we do that is so that we prevent it for the vinyl from shrinking, because obviously heat will make things shrink. So you want to avoid that so that when you line the designs up, that it doesn't shrink up on you and then you're not able to overlay as you like. All right, so now we're gonna hit apply, hit accept. The same thing, we're gonna go to the cutter. We're gonna make sure that's a mirror selected. All right, and we're gonna do area test one more time. Send area test, yes. And then once the area test is selected and everything is complete, we hit cut now. And once that's finished cutting, you have now completed all 6 cuts of your vinyl. And now we can go on to weeding and place them one by one on the apron that we're doing. Once that's done, I'm gonna load the first sheet of vinyl into my cutter and lock it in place. So once that's locked in place, I'm gonna set the cutting force to 250, the speed to 500, and the blade will be at level 4. Now I'm gonna do one final area test. All right, that looks good. Now it's time to get cutting. All right, 1 layer down, 5 layers to go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the excess of vinyl here and then move on to the same process for the next 5. Okay, now that I have all my designs cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and weed out the excess vinyl. Now that I've got my designs weeded out, it's time to put these designs onto my apron. Now, before I started cutting my vinyl, I actually went ahead and printed out a copy of my design. As I begin applying my various layers of vinyl, I'll be able to refer to this to remind myself which layer goes where. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my platen, and then I'm gonna lay my apron over it. just like that. And then I'm gonna grab my Teflon sheet and we're gonna preheat the apron at 320 degrees for about 5 seconds. I'm gonna bring down the heat press. 5 seconds right there. Then I'm gonna lay my first layer of vinyl onto the center of my apron and press it for 5 seconds at 320 degrees. Okay. All right, so I have my Teflon sheet over my vinyl and my apron. I'm gonna press it down for 5 seconds, and as soon as it comes up, I'm gonna go ahead and peel off the plastic sheet since this is a hot peel. All right. And there we go. All right, one layer down. Next is my orange layer. Now I'm gonna make sure to line this up with my design so that it lines up perfectly. Now for this design, I'm just eyeballing my layers to make sure they get stacked the way I want them to.
However, if you want a little more precision in your work, there is another layering method you can use that requires you to add what's known as registration marks to your design. These marks will help you make sure you're lining up your vinyl properly. If you're interested in learning how to use registration marks, we actually have a previous Print Pros episode where I go into greater detail about how to add them to your designs and how to use them to layer your vinyl. I'll be sure to put a link to that video in the card above and the description below.
Okay, so that looks good. So now I'm gonna cover up my design with my Teflon sheet and press my design. Now I'm only gonna press my remaining designs for 3 seconds. This is to keep my first vinyl layer from shrinking as I press my remaining layers. Next up, I'm gonna do my gold layer for my stars and my pie crust. Then my red layer from my bottom copy. Go ahead. And lastly, the white vinyl for the outline of my letters, the gloves, and the whipped cream on top. Wow, this design came out cool. Check out all the different colors and the way each layer makes the design pop right off the apron. Now that you know how to apply up to 6 different vinyl layers into the same design, let's talk about how much you can make printing a garment like this. Let's get started by looking at our material costs. We purchased our blank apron as part of a 3-pack for around $15. So for this individual project, our cost is about $5. We also used about $2 worth of vinyl for this project. So our all-in cost is $7. Once finished, however, we can easily turn around and sell an apron like this for $18 to $20. If you decorate 5 aprons per hour, you can make as much as $65. All right, that's it for us today. If you found any of this information useful, be sure to subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of every new content we post. Also, don't forget to subscribe to us on our embroidery and custom apparel mastery group on Facebook, where we share helpful tips every day. Not to mention, there are over 33,000 members in there that can help you as well. We're also active on Instagram, where we share tips, stories, and mini how-to tutorials for everything printing and embroidery related. Links to our social media channels can be found in the description below, along with a link that mentions all the episodes in our video. And if you have any tips or tricks for layering vinyl that I didn't mention, be sure to mention them in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. And on behalf of Ricoma, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and may all of your printing projects be as easy as pie.